You're listening to episode 76 of Fresh Floppies. Okay. That's my ringtone.
Hey there, what's up to our sidekicks and henchfolk out there in the Geek Nation? I got a new microphone. I hope I sound better. I'm your host, Johnny Destructo. With me this week is also your other host.
Huh?
No.
I have the same microphone. Since we're just gonna go ahead and update everybody what's
peek
going on.
behind the sausage curtain.
Yeah, like I'm wearing a sweater as well.
Oh, me too. Yeah, could you like it cold in here, bro?
It's not even cold in here.
That's because I have a sweatshirt on.
No. It's not cold.
So Fresh Floppies is a show wherein Noel and I discuss comics that are coming out Wednesday, New Comic Book Day, without spoilers. So calm down.
Yeah, what's are we still in that phase of the show where we have to just explain the nomenclature of a floppy?
Well, every episode might be someone's first episode.
That's
so
right.
A floppy is just basically a comic book that comes out week to week. You know them.
Monthly Spinner Rack comic books, the single issues. You know what? You say you know them, but every time someone comes in the shop, that are confused about what the difference of the walls are, and
That's true.
I read one issue of blah. I'm like, you mean a whole trade paperback that was actually 6 issues,
right? Yeah. I've actually had that conversation a lot.
Yeah,
That's true. But comic books is what they are.
We're taking about comic books, fresh babies.
The first one is by Peter J. Tomasi, Francis Manapul, and Rob Lee. It's called Rocketfellers.
Rocketfellers.
Not to be confused with the Rockefellers.
It is the newest launch of the Ghost Machine imprint, but it is not, I repeat, not connected to the other books. JD.
I agree. I repeat. I agree. You are correct.
Okay. We had
There's
this conversation
4 universes.
Before. It's an imprint.
Yeah.
That has some connected books and some not connected books. This is not a connected book.
It's a little confusing.
It's not when you look at it.
That's true. When you look at all the things.
Those have the barcode or the little checkers.
Oh, the little checker cabs.
If it's got checkers on top of,
then it's the same.
It's the same
it's
universe.
The Geiger universe. Oh, shoot.
It's the unnamed universe.
Nice catch.
Yeah.
So anyway, Ghost Machine, Rocketfellers, Family Odysseys, issue number 1, by Peter J. Tomasi, who did some of my favorite Batman and Robin stories. Good family stuff is what I'm saying.
No, for me, he is more, and it's also family stuff. Green Lantern Corps.
Oh.
Peter J. Tomasi and Brent and Patrick Gleason's Green Lantern Corps.
Also, his Superman and John stuff was good.
He basically, and Super Sons. He created.
Oh, they did the Super Sons. God dang it. Anywhom,
So
he's over at Image now, doing his creator-owned book with Francis Manapul, Rocketfellers. This is a tale of a family
from the 24th century?
25th
century?
25th century. And something has happened.
They're trapped in our time.
And they are in the Witness Protection Program.
Yes.
That sends them back in time.
Temporal Witness Protection Program.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was.
That was a weird way to do that. I'm sorry.
I got heavy Francis Manapul on Flash vibes.
God damn, he's good.
And I think it was the fact that
Look at that.
He did this on the Flash every single issue where he made the title of the book part of the art.
Did he do that here?
Yeah. It's the
he did that
second
here.
page.
He did that here.
Yeah.
I forgot about it. Oh, that's nice.
I'm getting it's getting all those like really really good older Manapul vibes.
Yeah, man.
I think they had more time to develop this book than the normal month to month.
Listener, look at that page. Listener,
look at that page.
Look at that page.
Look at that
great.
page, listener.
Look at the way he did that. This was great.
Yeah, it's like it's Fantastic Four mixed with
The Incredibles.
Yeah, it's sweet. It's delightful.
But not without its trauma.
Oh yeah. I really really liked it, but this is on the edge for me if I'm gonna wait or I want to pick it up in issues.
Wait for the trade.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's one of those like it's more of a vibe than it is an actual like science or art deciding what I want to pile up and what I want to read on a week-to-week basis. And this is super strong. Also, presentation is top notch.
Dude.
Cardstock cover, beautiful,
Fresh
beautiful
AF.
pages. Yeah, this is an excellent pickup.
And I've got the Yvonne Reese cover, which is
actually,
dope.
I like my Paul
You
cover
like your
better.
Manipul? Oh, it is more. Yeah, that is a little bit more engaging.
Yeah.
Reaching for the viear.
This is a effing stellar book.
Yeah, I was surprised. I wasn't really looking forward to this or Hornsby and Halo.
I didn't love. So a couple months ago,
They did a primer.
Ghost Machine did a primer, which is like a trade paperback size. What was it, $5.99 or $6.99?
Yeah.
It was pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Of previews of all of their upcoming books, and this one was fine.
Yeah,
like it
cute.
was just like, oh, that's quaint. So I kind of was not expecting this to be so strong.
No, me
And
neither.
it's really, really good.
There's a couple good. There's some really nice revelations in here. The dog being one of them.
There's some great action in here too.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell, like,
I
that's
don't know
so
what that
creepy.
is.
But
Yeah, the thing at the end.
Yeah, this is a really, really strong book. Like if you have a slightly light week or any of the stuff, any of the cross sections of content or favorites.
Here's the thing.
Pull it through. Yeah, get it.
Here's my thing about Ghost Machine is that I am having trouble slotting it into genre. These are all, from what I remember, all of these creators are superhero veterans. And none of these books are superheroes. They're superhero adjacent, but they're all different enough that they feel different than anything else that's on the shelves right now. Do you agree?
I don't agree with the way that you're. I don't agree with the premise of your concern. I don't think Ghost Machine is indicative of genre. It is just an imprint like Black Label.
No, I'm saying each of these books, other than maybe Hyde Street. It's like, okay, that's a horror book. Geiger? What's Geiger? What genre is Geiger? Sci-fi? Maybe? Adventure?
Sci-fi.
Superhero?
Sci-fi.
It's like 3 genres in one. Rocketfellers?
I mean,
it's a bunch of genre. It's a positive.
Oh, I think all of them have been sci-fi. So think of it as like a hierarchy of genre. Like if they were classified first, science fiction, and then science fiction superhero, science fiction family, science fiction horror.
Sure.
Yeah, I never really parsed it that way.
I guess my point is, if you're on the shelves looking for something that's not superhero stuff, but also scratches that itch, that adventure itch, these are something you could look forward to.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
I thought you were saying Ghost Machine is indicative of a genre. I'm like, no, not at all. Absolutely.
No, what I'm saying is that like each one feels very different.
Yes, they are.
Very cool.
They are curating this imprint interestingly, and I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah. Speaking of superheroes, though, DC presents All In, The Question, All Along the Watchtower.
Number one. There you go.
I did it. I got there. By Alex Segura, Cyan Tormey, Romulo Fajardo Jr., and Willie Schubert. Okay, so... Okay, listen, anyone who's out there, if you don't know, this is how excited. If you guys, any chance that I have, Noel, of bringing up Gotham Central, I'll do it. Gotham Central, for anyone out there who doesn't know.
I should have made a bet on this. Like I should have.
And I would have brought this up.
I should have like.
It's
easy to bring it up.
Yeah.
But I should have like in an envelope and closed it and then presented it to you when you like any excuse to bring up Gotham Central. I should have done it, and I'm gonna remember.
That's
to do
what I
something
asked
like
to
that.
be on my tombstone.
Yeah.
So
envelope?
this is. I think that's where we were first introduced to Renee Montoya.
No, she
Or
was
at
in
least
Detective
where
Comics before that
the
with
big
Rucka.
work was done on her. That's where I was introduced to her. That's where I got to know her as a character and grew to love her.
Sure.
And then,
that's her big opening salvo.
And then after that, eventually she teams up. Was it in 52?
Yep.
Where she teams up with the original Question.
With Vic.
And then he dies of lung cancer, and then she becomes the Question. My question to you about this Question: does this Question not have that past anymore?
Yes, I mean most of it. Yeah, why not?
It seems she feels new here.
Well, she gave
newish.
Speed Round. She gave up that lifestyle and went back to being police and commissioner. She was the commissioner for a while.
That's right.
They got canned and stuff. And
I wasn't sure if she was the
question
and then dropped it and became Cop again, and now it's Question again. Great. Now that Vandal Savage is what? Okay, weird.
Yeah, that's a bunch of stuff that happened in Zdarsky's run. I'm not there yet.
So weird.
But he I think he also, like Vandal Savage also took over the Wayne Fortune for a while. Yeah.
I think that's
That's all a part of the same chutzpah.
Oh, also, look at that text. That
Yeah.
title,
Yeah,
that's clutch.
Look, I'm a typography nerd, and all of this all-in stuff.
No, you mean typography, not topography.
No, typography. Typography.
You're the ography of tips.
TYP. Typography.
Yeah.
Not typography.
It sounded like topography.
What the hell is topography? Topography? Oh, typography.
Mountains and what have you.
Typography.
Yeah.
I like letters, bitches.
Yeah.
Keeping it in.
We're on point today.
All of the title treatments
yes.
of the DC All-In books have been fantastic.
Yeah.
And the question is no.
See, the Q is a question mark. Is lovely.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a whole series of T-shirts.
Look at
that's
it,
just titles
viewer.
of typography.
Yeah. So, what did you think of the question all along the Watchtower #1?
Solid.
Solid.
Yeah, solid. This
Speaking of
didn't
Manipul,
blow me away, but this is really, really solid.
this artist who I've never heard of before, very Manipul.
I've heard of them.
I could see some Manipul all over this.
I have heard of Ciantormi. I've seen their work.
That is a Manipul face.
There are some Manipul faces.
Yeah.
It's the coloring is not as good as Manipul. But
All right, I have some stuff to say. The question, I love her as a character. I love Renee Montoya. I love that she is dealing with her past alcoholism, and she's trying to straighten it out. So she's a character with a past that I enjoy, and those are my favorite types of characters. And
you're like fresh out of the gate characters.
Yeah.
You know, like still dripping with
still,
amniotic fluid.
yeah. She feels weird in the Watchtower, and I'll tell you who else feels really weird in the Watchtower.
Kate.
John Constantine.
Oh, well, he's just at the bar.
Walking around, lighting a cigarette in the Watchtower. He should not be up there. Anyway, but the story is interesting.
Also, Creeper and Shining Knights. Like it's
like the D list.
It is a city.
Yeah.
It's not a station.
It's almost an impossible city.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, Avengers.
So this was pretty solid.
She's the sheriff of a town. And the town is the Watchtower.
And she's a detective who has a thing to detect.
Yeah, they keep mentioning that this new Justice League setup is a grand experiment. So I'm trying not to just, it's a base of operations. No, it's a straight up city. There's going to be like commerce and floors of different restaurants and
I'm going to try and get my comic shop up there.
Oh yeah,
I need a retail space in the Watchtower.
I don't know if they have, maybe picking up gifts.
There's probably
for
a
kids and
Starbucks
stuff,
up there.
and
yeah.
Oh, I want to be the guy that works at the Starbucks in the,
and the Watchtower.
In the Justice League Watchtower. This was solid comic booking.
Yes,
it wasn't spectacular. It also wasn't bad at all.
No.
It's just this is like solid B superheroing. If you are a fan of these characters, this also seems as though this also seems as though so I've learned more about the new setup of the Justice League in this book than I have in any other book.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that's something I took a note of that I wanted to talk about.
This is like a between the raindrops kind of book. So I appreciated it almost more for that because I got to learn about the actual like social strata of the Watchtower, how they intend to function, and yes, you're going to see weird
characters.
John Constantine is there, probably not because they need him, but because like he's got a card. And he's like, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna go.
Top shelf liquor.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. That's fine. Yeah, I'll pop in here whenever I want to. Colluding with Stargirl. It just, I think that's
also
ripe
Zatanna's
for
there,
fun.
so that makes sense.
That's
she'd
true.
be, on her arm.
Have you seen that a new Zatanna series is coming out?
No.
Oh, okay.
Is it the same group who just did the previous Zatanna series?
It's not.
Oh.
But it's written and drawn by Jamal Campbell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm in.
Yeah,
he's great. Anywho,
off topic.
Yeah, this was pretty fresh.
Yeah, it was pretty fresh. This is a really solid one, and I think
really is. If you want to know how the Justice League functions now, this is the one you want to read.
It's a solid, and they introduce the Challenges of the Unknown, which are getting their own miniseries later this month.
Maybe I'll care this time. We'll see.
It's Chris Cantwell. You'll care.
Oh, I do like Cantwell.
Yeah, Cantwell. So like the way it works is a creative team makes me care. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't give a shit about the Challenges of the Unknown. I don't know if I've ever read the Challenges of the Unknown, other than them being just like side pieces in other books.
Side pieces.
Have you ever read? Didn't Jeff Loeb do a Challengers book at one point?
Yeah. There was a New 52, right? Wasn't there a New 52 Challengers, or like one just before that? I feel like
my
I
eyes
tried
are getting
that.
wider. Wasn't that just the Terrific stuff?
Oh, that was a Terrific.
No, that's Rebirth,
good, actually, and that was Jeff Lemire.
And that was Rebirth.
Yeah. Anywhomst,
Yes, sir.
can we talk about one of my favorite things?
Chris Samney.
Chris Samney is one of my favorite things, and so is Mark Waid.
They're
Batman and
both
Robin,
things.
year one. Now, this is not DC All In. This is just DC.
This is DC. Yeah, just DC.
Yep, Batman and Robin, year one by Mark Waid and Chris Samney and Nero? Giovanna Nero. This is... This has all of the things that I would want from a Batman and Robin year one book. Mm-hmm. There are aspects of this relationship that I've never really seen touched on in my decades of reading.
Child services.
Yes, child services.
Yeah.
The fact that, Bruce Wayne is a playboy who sleeps with a different model every night, and he just took on a ward. Mm-hmm. Some people might be concerned with that, and I've never seen that avenue taken. Yeah, with
this type of story. The first scene of the book is a bunch of people at child services taking bets on when he's going to be bored with having a kid, and it's kind of brutal, but also like, okay. And then there's just some really wonderful sequences too, like Dick. So in the first issue, if I had any problems at all, the first issue was, this is only like 2 weeks after his parents were violently murdered in front of him.
That's insane. That timeline makes no sense.
But now there's knowing what I know about Dick Grayson, this kind of petulant version of him is obviously his grief process.
Yeah.
And he pushes buttons in the most playful way. Actually, and I think they're only buttons that Bruce/Batman possess, because he's not doing anything awful.
No.
He just knows how to do, like, it's awesome. This is just so awesome.
It's so goddamn good. And the art, it's Chris Samney every year. If you don't know, viewer/listener, if you don't know that Chris Samney does Battober on his Instagram every year, and then he does a sketch every day, which is a finished piece of black and white art every goddamn day in October, and then puts them up on eBay at prices I can't afford. But I do right-click and save them to my phone just so I can look at them.
You're stealing his art.
Kind of.
Are you making NFTs?
Like, no, yeah. They just become wallpapers on my phone. You guys should check out his Instagram. He's awesome.
There's one particular panel in this book. It's not even a full splash or anything. It's just one panel in a very, very busy page that is the most striking image of Batman I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, my word.
He's reaching through fire. And it is
it's so good.
It is. This is like poster worthy. This is tattoo worthy. He is
channeling Darwyn Cooke.
This should be there. This should be included in any visual Bible for how you adapt this character. This is a beautiful book.
So goddamn good. This is like, what's better than Fresh AF?
So
I don't know.
I saw that, like, this is only a 12-issue miniseries.
Yeah.
And me being me, I was like, oh, you know what? I won't pick it up in issues. I'll wait till it's collected in like an oversized, really pretty, beautiful thing. I can't wait for the next one. And I want it in every format.
Yes.
This is the best.
What if they did, that thing you love, the Treasury editions? I would love a Treasury edition.
They would never do that.
Why? Too
DC
thick?
doesn't do that.
Oh, that's a Marvel thing.
Marvel barely does it. DC won't do that. They'll probably, what they'll do is they'll one of two things. It'll be 2 trade paperbacks where they'll do like 6 and 6, maybe standard hardcovers for them. So they'll be $25 each.
Yeah.
And then in like 2 years, a deluxe hardcover. And then like 2 years after that, maybe an absolute.
The complete
and then
soft cover.
And then a complete soft cover. Yeah.
God damn it.
We'll get an absolute in like 5 years.
Okay, sorry.
Let's stay on the DC Presents All In tip.
Oh, no, you go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't realize. Oh, yes, Wonder Woman. Wonderful, go.
Oh, either one of them. No, it's totally fine. They're both strong ladies, written by Tom King.
That's true.
DC Presents All In Wonder Woman number 15, written by Tom King with art by Danielle Saint Pierre. What'd you think of this book? What do you think? So we haven't talked about this series in a while, and I know the last issue was one that people had hot takes about.
Which one's that?
The birth.
Oh.
Daughter's birth.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't. What was the hot take?
We're
basically introduced to Trinity.
It was daughter's birth and then the death of Steve Trevor.
Yeah, and she like sculpts a baby out of clay, right?
People online hated it.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, people online hate a lot.
Hate everything. Yeah. They hated that she was mourning, holding his flag.
Oh, that yes, they hated that. I thought you meant.
And they hated that she used his hair to help create the baby.
That's so dumb. That people are mad. Why?
I don't know, man.
Anyway, my problem with this book is barely a problem. It's something that could be a problem, but stops just shy of being a problem, and that is the overuse of voiceover from the what is his name? The foe,
the Sovereign.
The Sovereign. Every episode is littered with it, and sometimes it's a problem. And sometimes it is not a problem. Here was not a problem. The problem I did have was the bumping the head thing.
Oh, that's just a Tom Kingism. Like he gets lost in verbal patterns to use as like an allegory for the juxtapose a rhyme or a poem or something with the action on the screen.
It just doesn't make any sense logistically. For me.
What do you mean?
For each of these characters to repeat that thing while she's singing this song.
Oh, I thought it was brilliant. Because the song is 5 princesses bumping their head, and then each princess bumps their head. That's their code to say mission accomplished.
Yeah. It's just a weird code to choose ahead of time.
Oh, I thought it was awesome.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I thought it was awesome.
It's almost a problem, and sometimes it isn't. I
had no issue with that because like and like the reveal of Diana being a badass. Coordinating all this while she's no spoilers. She has a baby. She's
while she has a baby.
Cooing the baby. It's not like she's soothing her baby, and at the same time, so many things are happening. It if anything to me, it articulates a lot of other runs of Diana talk about how wildly intelligent and tactical she is.
Yeah,
but they usually just resort to her being the punching. This is really pulling her back, and she's multitasking in a way that I don't remember seeing her ever multitasking.
Right.
And it's really fascinating. I know Greg Rucka was really close to it, but he basically broke her down his whole run too to make her just like a fugitive for the most part.
Yeah.
But her being almost Machiavellian is really, really fun to me. I love because she leads with love.
Yeah, she's a Lady Macbeth.
She leads with love. Her whole thing is love, but if she has to force that, she will. Yeah. And I fucking love that. Man, I love that.
And each of these little vignettes that
princesses,
we get,
each
princess story is wonderful.
Yeah,
I like the way they handle each of these. This is.
I read Joelle Jones' Yara Flor book. Yeah, stupid, beautiful.
Saint-Pierre.
Yeah, Daniel Saint-Pierre.
Fuck, goddamn.
I read Joelle Jones' Wonder Girl.
Yes. Does this character in line with that characterization?
More or less. She's a lot more flippant and she has more bravado with Tom King.
I see.
And
that's what I was thinking.
I love it.
I like her.
I love it so much.
I'll tell you what though. It feels a little samey to Trinity.
Sure.
The future stuff we have with Trinity in the backups, or even that one shot that came out a couple years ago, where it was the 3 of them, it just feels very samey to me.
I'm thinking.
Okay.
I don't have an issue with it because they don't share any screen time whatsoever.
Yeah.
As in, like, if they were the same characters bouncing off each other,
it'd be annoying.
Ugh.
Yeah.
But Trinity being petulant to her older brother babysitters, I'm totally fine with that. Whereas Yara Flor walks into a room knowing that she is the hottest shit that's ever walked in that room and will ever be in that room. And she just wants you to know that she knows that. And I think that's so fucking cool.
I would like more of her. She is a character who came onto the scene with much fanfare and then disappeared, sort of. And she's only kind of like sprinkled around.
Yeah, I know.
I would like more of her.
I feel like there's so many wonder characters, and this is the first time in a long time that I've seen them at least be coordinated with each other.
Yeah, working in tandem.
As opposed to, hey, we're only going to use Donna. What happened to Cassie? Or we're only going to use Cassie. Like, whoa, Donna's so great. Why are you guys not using Donna?
This puts all of them to use in a really cool way.
Yeah, including Cheetah. Like this.
Cheetah.
I love this. Great. This is such a wonderful book. I love it. This is a really, really great ongoing.
Also, I gave up on the backups that were going on with Trinity because it was just the same thing over and over again. They don't know how to raise her big brothers don't really know how to deal with her, and then she's super sassy, and then there's hijinks, and I'm like, oh, this is fine. This Elysium Fury Part 1, which I won't spoil what it is.
No, that's the name of this issue.
Oh, Fury was the main. Yeah. I'm sorry, the main story. Elysium is the backup story. By Carrie Randolph.
Yeah, it's the second kind of chapter, and that was the backup of the last issue too.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah, man, read the backup. I'd like the backups act as little amuse bouche, little palate cleansers. So like the playful ones after like the hard book totally worked for me, and then this one is a little bit of a continuation of some like hard stuff that happened before.
Yeah.
But
good, very good.
Yeah, top tier book. I think it's an A+. Speaking of another
DC
crazy lady, let's go.
Jenny Sparks, DC presents Black Label. Jenny Sparks, book 4 by Tom King and Jeff Spokes.
I read 3 and 4 in a clip because I actually skipped 3. 3 was a lot. There's a lot of murder in 3.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, dude.
It's been a month.
Has it been a month? Can I spoil it?
Oh, yeah.
Captain Atom kills the entire Justice League.
Oh, that's right. I mean, they're here too, dead.
Yeah, they're dead on the ground in this one, but he plows through all of them.
You know what? It didn't stick with me because I know by the end of this they'll be fine.
Maybe.
So it's like, to me, they're just asleep.
It's Black Label, maybe not.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one problem I have with this book is that I am tired. You're a writer.
Yeah.
There is a thing that happens when a comic character is cursing and they're not allowed to curse.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's like asterisk, exclamation point, money sign, hashtag. What does that have a name? Sorry to throw you on the spot.
No, censoring.
Just a censor text.
Yeah,
and there's
everyone
so much
calls
of
it something else.
It's so much. Every other word bubble has one in it, and it's like I get it. It's a Black Label.
Are you still trying to figure out what they're actually saying?
It does take. I do try to put a word in there.
Don't.
Yeah.
Because the letters don't like the number of icons don't always.
Oh no, I don't do that. I just like if I'm saying this sentence and I need to put a curse in here, what curse am I using in this sentence?
I had this conversation with somebody once, and they got stopped so much because they were trying to figure out what curse word was going in, and it's like, you need to stop that because you'll never finish the whole sentence. It doesn't always match. It's
too cute. Just like the bump your head thing on the last was like a little too cute for me. This is a little too cute. It's just, I get it. She's a sassy lady, and she doesn't play by the rules, and she uses foul language every word bubble.
It works and it doesn't work for me.
So overused.
It is overused, but I think that's kind of the intention. It's what is that South Park thing about like the rule of threes? Like it's things that it's funny and then it gets tired and then it gets funny again and then comes back around to tired. It's kind of like that because the best example or the best/worst example of especially Tom King doing it in Batman Killing Time. There's a detective character / FBI. It's such a good book, dude.
And every time you mention it, I forget that I never finished it.
There is a character who curses 10 times more than her. It is really weird to read. And then by the 3rd or 4th issue, it's almost just like visual noise and it's characterization, so it's fine. Yeah. But it takes a while to kind of go back and forth. And that character showed up in the Penguin series that he wrote. And it was like 6-issue setup for a really great joke in the Penguin because she is trying to curb her language, and then towards the end of the conversation,
there's a reason.
So I will not say that it doesn't have a function,
sure,
but it does sometimes mess with the flow of the dialogue,
for sure.
So I've kind of almost trained myself to almost ignore it. It's just patois in the middle of the text bubble, and I don't care.
with regard to Black Label books, the other ones that have come before this, have there been cursing in them?
Absolutely, tons of it. He's doing this as a choice. It's intended. It's wanted.
I just hate it.
It's fine.
It drives me nuts. And also, she's getting kind of annoying.
I don't like Jenny Sparks. That's just it. Like, she doesn't want to be here.
Yeah.
On Earth.
Yeah.
So
everything is miserable.
The way she approaches problems is with a sledgehammer, and she knows more than everyone else. So I would hate her in person. But I don't have an issue with her.
I've loved her in the past. It's not a Jenny Sparks problem. It's a this book problem. In The Authority, was it? No, The Authority? Yeah, The Authority. She was awesome. And when she passed, I was bummed.
She wasn't this at all.
Yeah.
But
that's because she's been woken up.
Yes.
She died feeling pretty good.
Yeah, we could.
And then woke up.
Damn it. It's weird. You can mix it. So, like, The Authority, the original Authority had absolutely nothing to do with the DC universe in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So her being separated from that. This woke up version who hates heroes or capes even more. They're not the same character to me. No. Like, that character didn't have this to deal with at all.
Yeah. She's been reborn.
No. I mean, like, there was no superheroes. That character didn't have this at all. Well, there were superheroes, but there wasn't the DC superheroes. Right. There wasn't the Superman and the Batman and the colorful capes and shit.
Yes.
This character, that character is not this character at all.
The superheroes in that world were nothing like the superheroes in the moral high ground.
The earnest altruism that doesn't exist against this. So I do not consider them the same character.
Yeah, she's like a Hitman character or John Constantine, etc.
She's more aligned with Constantine than the Jenny Sparks from the original Authority comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The episode is great, and what it's dealing with, there is a real world
this is
event
tic-tac-toe, right?
Back in 2011.
Yeah.
That it is dealing with, and I loved it.
So the last two issues, has every issue done this? I've got like Tom King blindness, but the last two issues have taken real world events and juxtaposed them with the standoff that's happening in the bar with Adam.
Yeah.
And they're incredibly well paced and they're very engaging. This whole 6-issue miniseries is only going to be like the span of like 3 hours at a bar.
Yeah.
But it's spanning the entire century that is 2000, like the 21st century that she shouldn't be in.
2000 to now, the last 24
it literally
years.
It was 2001 on. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I find that really intriguing.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people, again, online hate. Everyone's just got a hate boner for Tom King.
Yeah. No, the entire internet has hate. It just has a hate boner.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was, I would say, pretty fresh. Not fresh AF for me, but pretty fresh.
I think it maintains fresh.
Okay.
Like all 4 issues so far has maintained that same level of just like fresh. There hasn't been any giant peak that was like, oh, that's why this book exists. Yeah. It's just been a real steady hum of fascinating.
Yeah.
So I'm very interested to see how it actually kind of climaxes.
Yeah, I enjoy the characters in his characters in Wonder Woman more than I'm enjoying Jenny Sparks.
Oh yeah, dude, night and day. That's like a good beer versus a strong drink. They're two totally different things, but you could tell they're at least from the same bar.
Yeah. Nice.
Hey guys, I'm just chiming in. As you could tell, there was a little bit of static that was started to happen on JD's mic, which made the next 2 reviews pretty terrible. So we're going to try and cut off there. But to give you an idea of what we talked about the Power Fantasy issue number 4, which was great. And we talked about The Moon is Following Us by Daniel Warren Johnson and Riley Rossmo and Mike Spicer, which continues to also be great. Sorry we had to cut this episode short, but technical difficulties. We wanted to put something out at least. But in the meantime, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, leave a review for this podcast, as well as join us for our live show every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or afterwards, because it stays on the internet for all times. This week, we're going to be talking about a original movie on Netflix called It's What's Inside. It's very, very mindy, twisty, and really good. And next week, we have a very special Thanksgiving episode where we're going to be talking about Thanksgiving series of films, which are interesting to say the least. But either way, sorry again about the technical difficulties. We wanted to make sure we had this show out anyway. And in the meantime, be good to each other. We'll talk at you later. Bye, everybody. Do-do-do.
Thank you for listening to the CultPop Network, home to podcasts, live shows, and a whole lot of fun stuff for every flavor of fan. Follow us wherever you find your favorite podcasts, and be sure to join us live every Wednesday night at youtube.com/CultPopGo at 8 p.m. Eastern. While you're there, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you'll know when we drop new Thunder Rounds and episodes of Fresh Floppies, a spoiler-free show about single-issue comics released each week. Until then, we'll talk at you later.